Everybody, this is Kendall Thomas. Thank you. Underground Radio, Downtown Television Network. We are here on a Saturday, sitting back talking. We have a nice debate going. This is an In Your Feelings Saturday, talking about men versus women. Relationships, baby. It's going down. I'm taking you to the living room. Here we go.
An asshole.
Or an asshole. That's my character flaw, okay?
You're not an asshole, trust me.
But I'm just saying, in this, okay, we'll say Bob is an asshole. In this scenario, Bob is an asshole, but he also can be very genuine and sweet and loving. You know, there's more. He leans more towards asshole than he does, you know, cool guy.
So basically,
but he has the potential to be cool guy. But it's almost like if you let Bob run free, he's going to be asshole. Okay, on the other side, you have Katie. Katie is what you call a reactionist. She's very
dramatic.
Jumps to conclusions a lot, but sometimes in a way that is such a, it's like, you know, why are these people late? Oh gosh, I know something happened. They must have gotten to a wreck. Worrisome, frantic, but she's also very passive aggressive too. You know, worrisome, passive aggressive. What do you think is going to happen when those two people meet? And let's say they've had some very good connections. Maybe they haven't necessarily been put into a situation where one thing or the other.
Well,
when do you let something be tolerated to the point that you have to say, okay, we need to have a talk about this, but we need to have a talk to where both of our asshole and frantic, we got to put those aside.
Well,
how do you do that?
You have to be put in the right situation. See, me and my old man have gone through this because we were at each other's throats the first 2 months I was in the truck. I mean, at each other's throats, bad. But then it has to be the right time.
Did y'all ever talk about why y'all were at each other's throats?
Oh yes, we got really high one night, and we sat and had a deep conversation.
And
neither one of us got angry, and neither one of us got, you know, offended. We knew the other one was just talking and expressing their feelings and not attacking us.
So that was a learning experience. That was you learning about.
That's what you have to do.
Okay.
You have to realize inside yourself that this person is not attacking me. They're just simply telling me how I make them feel.
Have you ever looked at things this way that, you know, with relationships, we have this vision or expectation or whatever you want to call it, where this person, we have to get this person to this level of behavioral, like...
That's where you're wrong.
Exactly.
You have to love this person for who they are.
So,
not who you want them to be. You cannot be with a person. You can be with them, but you're not going to be 100% happy.
I'm going to bring this full circle, and you're going to be pissed off at me.
You're not going to be 100% happy.
Because I'm about to be a big
and you're
asshole.
not going to be...
All right, I'm about to be a big asshole because I'm about to bring this full circle and kind of... But it really is to give you something to think about. Okay. A little while ago when you said that, you know, you have to take dating slow, or relationships slow, and you have to learn about each other. Okay. Well, let's say that my character flaw is so deep and so mangled, you know, a traumatic childhood or whatever, that's something that will always be a part of me. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to change it. And you know what? You're just going to have to deal with the fact that sometimes I'm a big asshole. Mm-hmm. And if you want to stay in this relationship, then you're going to have to deal with it. All right. So, in that full circle, do you think that it is better then to just deal with it, or is that a learning experience also?
No.
Is that learning? At what point do you stop learning?
It's not a learning experience. You have two choices to either accept it or don't accept it. This is a part of the person that you love, that you want to be with.
Okay, so what is
accepting? Let me finish.
What do those
this is a part of the person that you love and want to be with.
Yeah.
It is who they are.
That's all right. I didn't mean to point out. I just was like,
it is.
Yeah. It gives you something to think about.
It's who they are. So you can either accept it or not accept it.
Okay.
Okay. If you have
So what do
to-
those look like? What does accepting look like?
Accepting is passive aggressive.
Okay. But how do you solve the problem, though? How do you?
It's not a problem.
Of lack of communication? Yeah, you guys were at each other's throats all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you solve better, but still be able to recognize? So basically what you're saying is that you have two choices: accept that this is always going to be a character flaw, or not always going to be a character flaw.
And when you accept that it's going to be a character flaw, when you do accept it, then you know that person is just being a dick. It's not necessarily towards you. He's just a fucking dick. Yeah. But when you don't accept it, you keep trying to change
love
them.
this person, though, and you can't imagine.
You love the idea of them if you keep trying to change them.
Streisand.
But what if you see really good effort, but just not? It takes a long time to make milestones. I mean, you know.
What you have to do then is you have to somehow bring these small milestones to light more often for yourself. You have to remember them. Document them if you have to. Keep a journal, pictures, whatever the hell it takes. But remember these small milestones to get you through to the next one.
So for me, a fundamental question.
You've been in a one-sided relationship for a long time.
I've been in many of them.
Yeah. I would agree with that. But here's a fundamental question for you, because I don't really want to make this personal, but these are just things that get your wheels spinning.
These are things you do if you want to be with someone.
Fundamentally, what do you think is more important? To see more importance in let me start over. For me, if I love this person, the relationship, I feel like, is the most important thing. It's the health of the relationship. And so when I do that, I take out that individual compartmentalizing, and I put all of that into building the relationship.
Right.
Okay. Now the relationship is what? Two people. So it's not always about my needs, my wants, how can I fix or control the situation. The need, it should be what is best for this balance between two people, because you love each other. You really do. I mean, that's...
You're going to disagree with this,
mm-hmm.
but I know this.
Maybe not, but...
I know this from experience. I've been there, done this.
Is there a cigarette?
Both of you are going to disagree with this. I know.
You don't know that. You don't know.
Well, but this is how you feel.
When you're in,
I don't agree with that.
When you're in a relationship,
mm-hmm.
just like you're talking about, and love, true love. When you truly love someone, all that matters is their happiness, not your own. All that matters is their happiness. No matter
you
how much
slave
no matter how much it hurts you.
Yeah.
But if you're truly in love together, then you do everything you can to make that person happy, and that makes you happy because that person's happy, and they do everything they can to make you happy because that makes them happy to see you happy. So then you're happy.
And you're right, because what you're describing, that when you and you'll do anything to make them happy, and
it makes
all
you
that,
happy.
that's called, what you could sum that up in one word: vulnerability. Because when you do love someone, and you're actually reinforcing the point that I'm making. By doing that, you're making the relationship the most important thing.
You're agreeing. You're arguing and agreeing.
And agreeing. No, we're just having a discussion. She just has a different way of putting it.
Yeah.
Live on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are live as fuck right now.
Hell yeah.
No, you're not.
Yes, the fuck you are. You better look up.
What?
Shh. Just keep talking.
Keep talking.
So anyway, what you're doing is you're saying, I'm putting aside all of my feelings, all of my thoughts, because I do love this person.
Yes.
In an effort, but now, how long would something like that last? Going
It
back to our
lasts forever.
going back to our dishwasher scenario, where you're just at this point it is a symbol of kind of some of the things that you may have held on to that you're beginning to kind of find despicable about this man. And this dishwasher, you've made a point to be like, I've asked. Well, okay, being in love and being vulnerable and doing anything for them, okay, and then you're asking him to do this dishwasher thing, but are you doing anything for him by letting him get away with something that's driving you totally bonkers and it's making you hate him? How long do you do that before you realize this isn't healthy for the relationship?
But the thing about that is if you're both trying to make each other happy, then you're not gonna not do the dishwasher.
Perfect imperfections, baby. Perfect imperfections.
So in other words, I guess what we have then is two outcomes. Either everybody just gets lazy on the dishwasher and says, fuck it.
No, you have two outcomes, yes. Either one person is loving more and getting less, or
But is
they're
that
both
the balance?
loving
Is that a
together.
balanced relationship?
No, both loving together and the dishwasher isn't even a question, is a balanced relationship.
So at that point, is it how far will you go to show the importance, showing that you love him, beyond anything else? I mean, would you just allow this to just continue and build and build and build and build?
Accept it as a flaw and move the fuck on.
Mm-hmm. That's what they do. Yes, that's what love makes you do.
Yes.
Yes, love makes you do unattainable things.
Now,
Completely unattainable.
all right. Now let's think about ourselves as kind of selfish.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not selfish, but okay. Let's say, with this same scenario, though, yes, you're letting this go, but a part of
Still hurts you.
Exactly. So you begin to feel like you're kind of owed something in return. Well, I'm letting him slip on his dishwasher, so he needs to let me slip on how much I spend on shopping every month.
Then the relationship.
Then that is becoming
a tennis match.
You're in what's called collusion, which you're basically creating the very behavior that you're trying to avoid to begin with.
Yeah.
Almost unknowingly.
But in your effort to try to balance the relationship by giving...
It's not necessarily trying to balance the relationship, though, because most of the time
or the
you're
most
just
healthy
trying
relationship.
to show them what the fuck it feels like.
So you're trying
So you're trying to teach someone.
Yes,
then.
you're trying to teach them.
Okay.
By the two wrongs don't
Can we?
Exactly.
Can we? I mean, we can, but was I attracted to my wife because I thought that I could teach her something?
I would hope not.
Okay,
Yes.
that's my point exactly. So we forget the fundamentals of why we're with this person to begin with. And the other person is forgetting the fundamentals of what makes them a great person to begin with.
Because something about that woman has to amaze us.
And we actually, in a lot of relationships, we go backwards in our thinking.
Now backwards
Correct.
anyway.
But there's always a second chance if you really if you both if you tell someone that you love them and you don't mean it, then you need to apologize right then and there for lying.
Well,
And you need to figure out where...
That's the problem with relationships these days. That's why relationships do not last. It's because people do lie, because people do not...
So, in other words, you're saying that right from the beginning, they're not bringing their true selves in.
Exactly.
So how do you invite those kinds of things into your life? There's a way. There's a way. Because, I mean...
You be what you want. You can't be a nickel trying to get a dime.
Wow.
But what if you realize, but that's kind of asking for like a perfect world, isn't it?
But
I mean,
it's not.
we've
So
all
you
got
have to-
flaws.
Yeah, we all have flaws. Every damn one
Mine
of
are
us
probably
have flaws.
perfect.
But you know what?
Perfect imperfections, people.
Just like
Perfect
I
imperfections.
come in here 100 with you.